Good morning and welcome with me, the Ginger Carpman, and welcome to episode 2 of my quest for a 30. Today we're off up to Oxford, up to Marlborough Pool again, in the hope we can pick up one of those 30s. This week, one of the guys fishing there amazingly had two 30s out in the same day, which is some feat, so fair play to Liam for that. So before we get packed up in the car, just got to nip into Christchurch to the tackle shop to get a few bits and bobs. So let's get on the road and then we'll get packed up. Shop in Christchurch in Dorset, and must say, if any of you ever down this way need some tackle, then pop in. Really good shop, lovely people in here, very helpful all the time. Do sea fishing as well as on the coarse fishing, carp fishing. So yeah, so pop in sometime. Well, the car's all packed up, so we're all ready to get on the road. Just one slight issue was just checking the tyres over, and one of them's got a screw in it. So we're going to have to pop over to New Milton Tyres to get a new tyre put on. So that's over to there first thing, but by the magic of video, I'll see you at the lake in about 30 seconds. See you there. Well, we've arrived at Marlborough Pool, and if only you could travel that quick every time. So I'm sure we've done about 100 miles in 30 seconds then, and changed the tyre. But I'm here, so I'm just going to get unpacked. And good news is my good friend John's here, so we'll see how John's got on today, see if he's had any luck. But I'll see you on the bank in just a moment. Well, you join me on the bank. I'm all set up. I must say a very big thank you to my friend John. When I turned up here, he was fishing in the car park swim and very kindly let me set my bivvy up, and as soon as he left, let me jump straight in. So thank you so much, John. It was much appreciated for that. So I really wanted to fish the car park swim for the next four nights, just to give it a go. So I've had some good fish off of here. This morning, John had a good result. He had a double take, which is like gold dust on this water. Unfortunately lost the first fish. Second fish took him into the reeds, but he managed to get it out using the boat. Managed to get it back, so it was £18.4 I think he said it was, and he had a couple of tench as well, so he's had a good day. I'm here now, as I said, I think for 4 nights, just see how it goes. If it's going well, then I might do a 5th night, but I think definitely 4 nights. I've got Lily with me. I've got Lily dog here, so I'm sure you'll be seeing lots of Lily on this episode, and hopefully we get to see a fish or two, and who knows, that quest for a 30 might be achieved, so fingers crossed. But yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. I'm just about to have some dinner, and I'll speak to you in a bit. So my treat for dinner today is, here we go, something special. It is prawn layered pasta salad. I know how to live it up when I'm fishing. Quick update for you. It is now 1:45 in the morning. I had a single bleep at 12:30, straight out, hooked into good fish, got it all the way across, all the way into me, 10 yards from the bank, huge splash on top of the water, and then line just parted, just snapped. I have no idea why. It's new line, so, but I'm gutted. I'm just sat here now, I'm just gutted. Obviously you're never going to know, but it felt such a good fish, and the splash was a real big splash. So, but that's fishing, and unfortunately you can't catch it every time, but I'm really sat here now gutted. Well, I'd like to say good morning. It really doesn't feel like a good morning. Lost the fish last night, as you've seen, and then this morning, it is now 6:15. I've just lost another fish, another good fish. Same spot at the lilies. Hooked it, only beat twice, straight out into it, and it moved towards the right. Trying to get into the lilies, I managed to got it out, no problem. Bringing it in, felt a really good fish again, felt solid, was just slowly got it in. All of a sudden it just started kiting to my left. So going to the left there, towards some lilies and reeds. And at one point I literally just held it, just to try and stop. I couldn't stop it. It just kept going and going and going. And I know yesterday that's where John lost one of his fish. It just kited into there. So it started to try and get in them. I managed to pull it through, and just as I'm starting to get it out over towards me again, hook pulled. So I am gutted. I really am. That's 2 good fish I've lost now. And it's hard enough to get fish here anyway, to catch fish without dropping fish, and two in sort of less than 24 hours. So we plod on. We've got to keep going. We'll get it right. So hopefully next catch up with you will be with some positive news. So fingers crossed. Midday update. Not a lot to really tell you about. Having to sit in the bivvy because it's really blowy outside, it's really windy, and it's blowing directly into my bivvy. So I mean, maybe a good thing that it'll blow the fish into the swim. On the other hand, they may stay on the back of the wind and not come near me. But as I say, I've had the 2 fish that unfortunately I lost. I know, still gutted about. That's fishing, that's life. You have to put up with the highs and the lows when you're carp fishing. So, but apart from the weather, rain's forecast for tomorrow and Saturday, so not looking great weather-wise. And nothing else, no sign of any fish, all very quiet. I've had one smallish fish just jump to the left of me, and as you've seen, I found a nice little gravel spot over to the end of some lilies to the left of me. So I've now got a bait on there and put spommed 4 or 5 spoms of bait, and I'm just going to give that a go for at least 24 hours, 36 hours, just see if I can pick up anything on that gravel area. So, and then I'll have one into the lilies into the middle again. So we'll see how it goes. But comes John with special delivery. John, you're a star. Well, finally the prank's over. Just having some lunch with John, who very kindly brought me some cod and chips down, and left-hand rod on a little gravel patch that I found over there. Just went 1:15 in the afternoon, £19, 8 ounce. Lovely fish, really happy with that. And after those 2 losses, that's definitely made me a bit happier, so very happy with this one. And the other side for you.
It's very, very unusual to have, well, it's
really nice looking fish.
I've down here to have 2 rods go at the same time.
So getting back now, but very happy with that. £19, 8 ounces. It's getting back. Thank you very much, Mr. Mirror. Back you go. I'll just give you an evening update. Both rods are back out now. I've got the left rod again on that gravel patch over there behind my right shoulder where I had the fish earlier today, and that's got a wafter on tonight, so hopefully can pick something up there during the night again. Right hand rod is back out on the lilies in the centre of the lake again. That's got its worms, seem to be doing really well out there, so fingers crossed something will come off of one of them spots and get another carp on the video, and who knows, that 30 pounder. Yeah, so that's it now, unless something happens. I'll see you in the night. Just about to go and watch Brighton v Man United, so I'll be watching that, and fingers crossed I'll get a fish. If not, I'll see you in the morning. 8:20. A couple of bleeps on the left hand rod on that gravel patch again, and not a carp, but as you know, tension my second favourite fish, so I haven't weighed it. I thought I'd just show you, so quite happy with that. Nice little tench. You put up a good scrap. Just the other side for you. Got a couple of lumps on his side by my fingers there. Not sure what they are, but let's get him back. Let's get him back in. There he goes. And there he goes. Just gone 8 o'clock, and this beauty comes up. £22, 3 ounce. Took me right out along the reeds, everything. Gave me such a scrap, but well worth it. Beautiful fish it is. Just £22, 3 ounce. Right, let's get him back. There you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Common. Good morning. And a bit of rain in the night. It rained for about 4 or 5 hours, and it's forecast again today, so I'm just making the most of this while it's dry. And the wind's dropped as well. You can see on the water, wind's dropped right down. So, but good result last night. A common at 8:30, £22, 3 ounce. So really happy with that. Nothing else in the night. I did have like a small run on the left hand rod on the gravel, 2-3 bleeps come up, struck into it and nothing was there, so I'm just guessing that was a bream mouthing the wafter. So nothing on. Well, 5 to 6 this morning, and nice take on the right hand rod on those lilies again, and as soon as I hit it, it was already going into the lilies, and I just did everything again I could, pulled, and it's just too powerful again. I don't know where they're getting the power from at the moment. They must be due for spawn in a few weeks, because they've certainly got some power, these carp, at the moment, and you literally cannot stop them when they're trying to get into a snag. And it got into the lilies and just the hook pulled, so absolutely gutted, lost another fish. So I quickly brought it in, put some new bait on the worms, put it back out, and within half hour again, 7 o'clock, dead on, lovely backdrop, come right down very quickly, struck in, fish was on, started reeling in towards me, hook pulled. So I've now just made the decision to change hooks to go to a size 4, where I'm using like a big bunch of worms. So that may be the issue, that it's masking the hook, I'm not sure. So I've changed the hook on that. But yeah, that's 2 fish. Not good. So unfortunately, we've had to go to a sad face. In the mornings, I can highly recommend these oat bursts. They're from Lidl's. Really nice. And yeah, I mean, you get half a pot once you've mixed it, and that's plenty for me. But yeah, they're really nice as well. And just all you do is add a bit of water. So yeah, highly recommend. You may remember at the beginning of the video I mentioned about Liam that had the 2 30s in the same day. So I was chatting to him last night, and he's very kindly given me permission to use 2 photos of the 2 fish. So I'm just going to pop these up now. But and he was also telling me he fished another lake a couple of days later, and I think he said he had 4 30s and a 38, a PB. So Liam, if I was you, tomorrow I'd go and do the lottery numbers, because you've got every chance of winning with the luck you're having at the moment. So fair play to him. Well, midday update, and as you can see, we're sat in the bivvy, myself and Lily Dog. Lily's fed up because she can't be watching the water. It's just rained now since about 9:30, and so yeah, we've not been able to get the doors down because it's just blowing in. Nothing to report, no bleeps. Obviously I had the bream this morning, but nothing's happened. I've just changed one rod. I shot in, brought the rod in quick, put some new bait on, and I put it just over to the left in the margins, because I've seen a fish jump there a couple of times now, tight into the reed, so I've sort of put it in the bay that it jumped in to try and entice it out. So we'll wait and see on that. But yeah, not a lot else to report for you. So I think today is going to be watching football at 3 o'clock. Man City Leeds today. I don't think we'll be doing a lot today with the weather forecast looking as bad as it does. Supposed to be dying off about 7ish tonight. So hopefully we'll be able to get some time outside. Yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Somebody's not very impressed with the weather today. Raining outside, so that means me and Lily are bivvy bound. And Lily's not happy about it. Well, good evening, and your evening update for today, Saturday. There's not much to tell you about, unfortunately, because we've been stuck in a bivvy from 9 o'clock this morning till 6 o'clock tonight. It has rained and rained and rained. It has been horrendous today. My swim is a mess. It's mud. Everything's got mud splatter. It's wet. Things have got wet inside. It come under the door. It's just horrendous. And to be stuck in a bivvy all day, and poor Lily, I mean, she's a border collie, so she likes to get out. She loves watching the water and that, and as anybody that's been down and seen her, she likes to play with her sticks and just, you know, be active. So fair play to her. She laid on the bed all day with me and been as good as gold. So, but we're gonna pack up tomorrow. It's gonna be my last night, so I'm gonna shoot off back to Bournemouth tomorrow. So I've got a major clean up to do when I get back. So I've made my mind up that we'll go back tomorrow. Well, 10:30 in the evening, had nothing all day apart from that bream at 7, and then I get this, must be the smallest in the lake, but I don't care, it's a carp, £11.10, but he's more than welcome. Just quickly spin him round. £11.10. Get it back. Thank you very much, Mr. Common. Right on the end of them lilies. Thank you very much, Mr. Common. Away he goes. I'm not sure whether to be happy, whether to feel cheesed off. I've just had an absolute one-toner, fast asleep in bed. It just melted off, and the fish I just caught, that 9-pounder, it was the rod I'd put, and instead of putting it back over to the lilies, I put it on the reeds over to the left on that gravel patch about an hour and a half ago. Got it, hooked it, played it all the way in, got it under the rod tip. It kited hard to the right. I just literally let it go, put a little bit of pressure on to try and bring it back because it was heading towards some reeds to the right. Hook pulled again. I just don't get what's wrong. You know, my hooks are good. I've never had a problem like this, but that's 5 fish I've lost now this session. I just cannot afford to do that. You know, everybody loses a fish, maybe 2. That's 5 fish lost now. So yes, I'm not sure whether to be feeling happy that I've had 3 fish, or to be looking at from the glass half empty side and say that's 5 lost fish. But at least I'm getting the runs. That's a good thing. So I can't be too dejected. It'd be worse if you come up here and you didn't get a bleep on the bite indicators, but at least I'm getting the runs. But yeah, it's frustrating when you're losing fish. Normally I never get this problem, so I'm hoping this is a one-off session where it's just a bit of bad luck, and next time I come up we'll make up for it. But hopefully there's still the rest of the evening, and tomorrow I'm leaving about 3 o'clock tomorrow, so we've got time yet to rectify. So for the time being I'm going to leave as happy. I'll see you in a bit. Well, what a result. Just an hour later I had that hook pull, 1:30 in the morning, and this beauty pops up. £21, 3 ounce. Give me a real scrap, and of all things my headlight stopped working, so I couldn't see, pitch black. Trying to net a 20-pounder in the dark is not easy. I'll just turn her over just to show you the other side for you. Got a dorsal up. Yeah, lovely fish, but that's cheered me up no end now. That's really made me feel a lot better. But I've done some photos, so let's get her straight back. Well, I think the carp gods were definitely looking down on me then. Just an hour after that other lost fish, slow bite, couple of bleeps, hooked into it, and the fish was already in the reeds. I'm thinking, oh my god, not again, this can't be happening. Give it a little bit of, just a little tiny little bit, and thank Christ the fish swam out of the reeds. It come across, and yeah, I just played it really. I was just so nervous of losing it again. I don't think I'd have coped very well if I'd have lost that as well. Got it literally just near to the rod tip, and I always wear my head torch, and pushed it on, the batteries had gone. So I'm there with no light, pitch black, trying to get the landing net, and every time I put the landing net where I thought that the carp was coming across the top of the water, like carp do, they don't like the landing net. He just went again. I'm thinking, I'm going to lose this. This is just a calamity of errors. But thankfully it did. It slipped over the net eventually. I was so relieved when that went in. But it didn't end there. So I get it in the unhooking mat, and you've seen obviously the video footage. So I moved the light. I got a little portable light. I'll show you. I have a little portable light that I use at night. Really good. So I put it on the edge just to film me putting the carp back, and just as I'm getting there, Lily knocked it and it sunk to the bottom. You can actually see it, so I'll put the video up of Lily knocking the light and it's sinking to the bottom, and there's me stretching in to grab it quick. Still soaking wet now, but Lily, just roll away, you dopey dog. Yeah. But it was a bit of a calamity of errors, but the carp gods were definitely looking down on me, because I think if that one would have lost in any way, yeah, I think I'd have been just getting in the car and going home. Good morning and Sunday morning update, and what an evening. I never expected that. Had nothing all day yesterday apart from obviously that bream at 7 in the morning, not a bleep. So I put the rods out and just hoping that, you know, may pick up something during the night. And then 11 o'clock I had the one on the lilies in the centre, so that was the little common, £9, but it's still a carp, so I don't mind. So I saw a fish jump on the reeds, which is sort of just behind me. So I got the bait over to there on that gravel patch I was telling you about that I found when I was leading. So I put the bait on there, and within an hour it absolutely ripped off at 12:30. I just sort of dozed off again. It absolutely ripped off, and again got it under the rod tip and the hook pulled. So yeah, I was a bit gutted. So got the rod straight back out, same spot on that gravel, and within 50 minutes, couple of beeps, slow take, Yeah, and it was a 21 mirror, so I was well happy with last night. What a great result really was. So at the moment I've got 4 carp, 3 tench and 2 bream, and obviously I've lost 5 carp. So yes, I've had a damn good session, really happy with it. So I don't know, I've just got the baits out for this morning. One's right out on the lilies with a wafter and some worms, and the one on the gravel behind me is just a wafter. So hopefully I can bring you another fish before we start packing up about midday today. But I'll be in touch before then and I'll speak to you soon. Well, this is your midday update for Sunday 7th of May. Nice little start this morning. Had put the baits out as you saw, and had a take at 8:15 on the left hand, the gravel on the left hand rod. Just 2 bleeps, that's all it was. Hit the rod straight away, and for some reason the carp had travelled about a good 20 to 30 feet and was already in the reeds before it indicated. So there must be a point of axis where the fish can take a bait and go around on an axis without it triggering the alarm, because it was just, and I give it a little bit and the hook pulled out, which I fully expected it to, which I'd rather it did than tether it. Or so yeah, so I was happy that the hook did pull on this one occasion. But yeah, I had no chance of bringing it in. It was already in the reeds, which is weird because it was just 2 quick bleeps, hit the rod because I'm locked up. So I don't understand why it travelled so far without any indication, but there you go. So that was number 6 carp lost from this session. So the stupid thing is there's not much I could have done with any of them with the 6 losses. So yeah, yes, it's gutting to lose 6 carp, and it's a big disappointment to me, but you know, there's not much I could have done to prevent any of them. On the other hand, at 8:30, just 15 minutes later, I had a single beep on the right hand rod right out on the far lilies in the middle of the lake, and that was Mr. Tench paid a visit. So I got a quick bit of footage of the tench for you to see. I like to sort of include all the fish, not just the carp, because there's not everybody just carp fishes. Some people turn up here and they just come here for the tench, even the bream. Some people fish just for bream. So, you know, not that I'm going to be filming bream on every occasion, but I did one just to show you what size they sort of go in here. So, but yeah, so I'm just on the pack down now. So we just started to break everything down, get the car loaded up. I'm looking to leave around 3ish, only because what I call the dinner bow is between 1 and 2, where it's a prime time. Also prime times here is 6 to 8 in the morning. You're near enough, if you're in the right spots, you're guaranteed a bite. The same with the dinner bow at 1 till 2. So fingers crossed we can just have one last chance of picking up a carp. Well, what a crazy 20 minutes that was. So I'm just getting the other rod sorted, just about to put it out, and this goes, the lily rod went at the same time, so another tench, so that makes 4 tench for this session now. So 4 carp, 4 tench, 2 bream. So let's get him straight back. Well, that's it. The car's near enough packed up. I've got a few more bits to put away and just to get the rods in, but at the end of another session. So I hope you've enjoyed this, my quest for a 30. This is episode 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it. You found you know, bits informative. It's been a good session. I've been really lucky. I've finished now. My finished total is 4 carp, 4 tench and 2 bream. I've lost 6 carp. But to be honest, there's nothing I could have really done different to stop the hook pulls, or the one time I had a line break. So there wasn't a lot I could have done to prevent that happening. So in total I've had 10 like carp runs, so that is quite a feat, so I'm really happy with that. And it gives the video a bit of footage of some fish, and also I include everything. I include the tench, I include the bream. I won't be including bream every time, I can assure you that. A, they're too slimy, and B, they're not my favourite fish, but I did include obviously one I caught this time, just to show you the sort of size, what they come out at. Next, I just want to say some thank yous. Thank you to John, my friend John. He's such a kind person. I mean, you saw the one day he turned up with fish and chips for me. He's been down a couple of times. He messages me every day asking how I've got on. Such a good friend, and just want to say thank you, John. I really appreciate that. Thank you to David and Denise, as always. I could never repay what they've done for me, both of them. Again, a bit like John, they always message me when I'm up here fishing. They live in Yarnton, and they always messaging. How's it? Do you need anything? Do you want to come and stay the night? If it's like yesterday when it was wet, come and stay the night. You know, just don't get cold. Such kind people, they really are. So thank you to David and Denise. Finally, just thank you to the people around this lake that fish. Everybody has stopped and has commented about the video, episode 1, how they're enjoying it, looking forward to the other episodes. I don't want there to be too many episodes, because that means I'm never going to get this 30, but thank you, because it means a lot. I walked around today, as you see, with the tour of the lake, and people stopped me and said, you know, we watched the video, really like it, keep bringing them out, so please keep supporting me. I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because obviously I want to get my subscribers up if I can, just to get noticed a bit for what I'm doing, because it is quite a lot of hard work to film, to edit it, everything, and then, you know, you've got to get it all uploaded with music added, and just make it, the content, worthwhile and what people want to watch. So, but thank you finally to Parker Baits, because again, I wouldn't have caught half the fish I have done on this trip. I mean, I've been using worms. They started off okay, and then suddenly I went over back to my ever faithful wafters, and they just took off. The carp just seemed to suddenly click on again with them, and it was literally within half hour, an hour of them being out, I would get a run. So thank you to Parker Baits, because you have incredible bait. And again, anybody watching this, give it a try. Have a look at their website, watch the video. There's one out tonight, 7:30, every Sunday at 7:30, and it is really enjoyable watching. I always watch and really enjoy them, and there's the humorous content as well. But yeah, so please try it. Try some Parker Baits. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So that's it, I'm afraid. Time to pull the rods in, just get a few more bits packed in the car, and then we're on the road back to Bournemouth. So until the next time, thank you for watching, and tight lines. Well, just a final piece of this video. I've just arrived back home in Bournemouth, and as I've just literally got in the door, I've received a message from somebody with regard to my first episode, and very mistakenly, the rig I showed you with the worms included a small little piece of zig foam. I've made a huge error here. Clearly that isn't allowed, it's not permitted, so please, whatever you do, don't be using any foam, any plastic baits, anything like that. the rule book states that shouldn't be used. I clearly have made an error. I thought it was just imitation plastic bait, but regardless, I shouldn't have included that. So please, if you go into Marlborough, if you remember there, don't be using foam, plastic baits, anything like that. Check your rule book first to see what you're allowed to use. And to the committee, I wholeheartedly apologise for my error. So, but you know, hopefully that we can just agree to the mistake I made, and I sincerely apologise.